As our boat turned a final corner, we suddenly saw the massive and daunting hill made of red sand shooting straight out of the water. 3 of my friends and I immediately hopped out of the boat and started to climb. We hadn't anticipated how hot the sand would be on our hands and feet as we moved up the steep hill. Consequently, we moved as quickly as possible. Once we got to the top, we buried our burning feet deep within the sand, finding spots where the sun's rays hadn't penetrated. We intended to start off slow, but it wasn't long before the steep grade of the hill, aided by gravity, began to move all of us along much quicker than we had wanted. The water was now about 10 yards away. I wanted nothing more than to dive into it, relieving myself of this hot desert sand. We were a blur as we zoomed past family and friends, still watching some 25 feet away from us. It was only a few more yards before I could safely dive headfirst into the deep water that was beckoning to me. Suddenly, my legs got tripped up in the sand. I began to lose my balance. Like an Olympic sprinter leans over the finish line in one final and frantic push, I couldn't stop my runaway train. To this day, I often wish that somehow I would have known to let myself crash mid-hill, or even right at the water's edge. Far too much of my life since that day has been spent cursing myself, the trip to Lake Powell, the sandhill, and especially those plaguing 10 seconds of time separating pre- and post-accident. Trying to correct my fall, with one last lunge, I desperately tried to cover the ground my feet could not. It happened so quickly that for a moment I thought I had made the correct adjustment as I confidently dove headfirst to the side of my friends into the water. They made it. I did not. I first heard and then felt my neck violently snap. Feeling as though a bolt of lightning had just struck my body, I forcefully bounced off the shallow sandbank that I had hit. So powerful was the impact that it caused my lifeless but still conscious body to flip 360 degrees up and out of the water before slamming face down some 6 feet away into the lake. A gut-chilling cry that I still hear to this day erupted from my mother, hauntingly reverberating through the canyon walls. "He's dead! He's dead!" she screamed. As I opened my eyes, I found myself looking downward into the depths of the lake. I was sinking. There was no pain, no feeling, no movement. Instantly, I was aware that I had broken my neck. All of my family and friends were by my side, as well as bystanders who had witnessed the accident. Miraculously, 2 of those bystanders were ER doctors, one of many answers to our prayers that day. One grabbed my neck and held it in place, while the other yelled for someone to grab him a pen. Staring up at the sky, I focused on no one but the one being that I knew could heal me. Praying inwardly once again, I begged for feeling to come back to my body. At the same time, I was aware that as I kept responding no to the question, "Can you feel that?" the doctor would draw a large black line across my body. Like a ladder, line after line moved progressively higher up my frame, as if the cruelest human were heartlessly revealing that I had just become useless in front of my family, my girlfriend, strangers, my friends, and the entire world. In front of all our eyes, my body was disappearing at reckless speeds as literal slashes were being drawn through my mobility. First slash, my legs. Running, hiking, fishing, skiing, climbing, driving. My mission. Second slash, my waist. My girlfriend, a wife, kids, my pride. Not only marking my body, but also permanently changing my life, the black lines continued. Third slash, my stomach, my six-pack, my stability, my bowels, my dignity. "Heavenly Father, please," I pleaded, "leave me something." My chest would follow suit, the black slash robbing more of my independence. Lastly, my shoulders and neck, triceps, lats, biceps, the gym, all my muscle lay in a pointless heap. Tears sprang to my eyes as I thought, "Dear God, I've lost everything."